What's up, y'all? It's your boy AB, the C.O.V, and as always, I'm curating the most important vibrations of our lives, health and wellness. Today, we're going to talk about the word health, what it means, and how you are the only one responsible for it. Vibrations. So here is the definition for the word health. A condition of being sound in body, mind, or spirit, especially freedom from physical disease or pain. 1B, the general condition of the body. 2, a condition in which someone or something is thriving or doing well. Well-being. 2B, general condition or state. And 3, a toast to someone's health or prosperity. That is the most current up-to-date definition of the word health by Merriam-Webster's dictionary. I think it covers all of the bases. However, I would just add one more: one's own well-being. Now, the easiest way to visualize health in its entirety is to think about it as a four-legged stool. Each leg is composed of a different proponent of health. We obviously have our physical health, our mental health, which relates to our emotional health, and our spiritual health. And many times there are specific things that we are doing in our lives that hinder one, if not all, of those legs. And if you've ever been on a wobbly four-legged stool, you know at the very least that one leg is very unstable, which can cause instability throughout the rest of them. So it's important to take note that a lot of these holistic tenets and practices that I talk about, that I teach, they can encompass not just healing one, but if not several or all of these different facets of health. And we need to understand that unless you are an adolescent, your health is your responsibility and nobody else's. It is not your parents' responsibility, your friend's responsibility, your neighbor's responsibility, your boss's responsibility. It's not even your doctor's responsibility. And I know this may be a very unpopular opinion, but the government is not responsible for your health, nor do they care. The onus is on you and you alone to not only put the right things on your plate, but to live the right lifestyle and put yourself in the right environments, all in which those three attribute to our overall health. No one is forcing you to eat 6 Big Macs. No one is forcing you to sit on the couch all day long. No one is forcing you to not, at the very least, be able to go for a walk around your neighborhood. The onus is on you and you alone. Now, one of the biggest gripes that I have is not only with big food companies, but it's big pharma. And I'm not trying to make this an attack on all those in the medical profession. I know that there's brilliant people in medicine, some of which I know personally, that truly do care about the general well-being of society, but there is a huge disconnect between someone like myself, who works in holistic nutrition, herbs, and holistic tenets and practices, and someone in a white lab coat who's been to medical school and really only knows the pharmacological side of health. This is the big divide between these two industries. See, I am for prevention of chronic disease and or treating chronic disease, where in Western medicine, it's all about singling out one specific symptom, one specific ailment, or things like pathology or virology, things of that nature. And let me give you some facts. So according to Dr. David M. Eisenberg, who is the director of culinary nutrition at Harvard School of Public Health, he was quoted and said, "Today, most medical schools in the United States teach less than 25 hours of nutrition over 4 years. The fact that less than 20% of medical schools have a single required course in nutrition, it's a scandal. It's outrageous. It's obscene." And you know what, David? I agree with you. Not only is it obscene, it's asinine. So where does modern medicine excel in? Well, they don't excel in prevention of chronic illness, nor the treatment of chronic illness. That doesn't interest them. That doesn't interest Big Pharma. They are out to only treat your symptoms, but to never really get to the underlying root or problem. See, they excel in something called acute care. I'll give you a few examples. I walk outside the street here, twist my ankle and break it. That is an acute injury. I can then go to the doctor, get an x-ray, they can set it, put it in a cast, and I'm good to go. And on the more extreme side, let's say someone were to have a heart attack. Although it's an extreme event, it is an acute medical situation where that person needs to be in a modern medical facility to take care and even provide life-saving techniques. Yet chronic disease is what's running rampant throughout the United States and most of the Western world. Chronic, as the word implies, is something that takes a long time or develops over a long period of time. And this is where nutrition, herbs, functional movement, and many other of these tenets and practices of holistics excel. But yet again, that does not interest Big Pharma. Big Pharma is not out to give you the cure, to actually eliminate the symptoms and get to the bottom of the root cause. They are not interested in curing you. They're not interested in actually eliminating all of the symptoms and putting you in a great state of homeostasis. And see, it's not just about chronic illness, but we need to understand that this is costing us a ton of money. And when I say a ton, according to CMS, which is the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, in 2019, the total healthcare expenditures was $3.8 trillion. Trillion with a T. Of this $3.8 trillion, there are many different ways, there's many different data points and information and different organizations that allocate how much of that actually went to chronic disease and illness. However, according to the CDC, of that $3.8 trillion, 90% of it went to chronic illness and treating chronic illness. Chronic illness are everything from autoimmune diseases, celiac, IBD, fibromyalgia, rheumatoid arthritis. You have cognitive diseases like Alzheimer's and dementia. You have osteoporosis, osteopenia, things like type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and the list goes on and on. But yet I say all this to say there is some good news. Health is your responsibility, and I'm here to help you gain that responsibility back. I'm here to help you gain that self-empowerment back. And you're going to do so by just doing certain things that you do every single day, which is having a plate of food in front of you, which is taking certain herbs or supplements that are going to alleviate some of these symptoms, if not all of them. Health is our responsibility. No one is coming to save you except you. So take the time, get the information, and experiment with yourself. Know that there are many different avenues to get to the goal in which you have envisioned for yourself. Yet it is going to take action, massive action, and education. And that's one of the things. The people in charge, they don't want us to be educated about this. They want us sick. And this is all by design. Big Pharma and Big Food have been in bed with each other for decades on end, and they are the ones that are causing the problems. They give you the bull food that causes all of these symptoms, that is void of nutrients, yet has extremely large amounts of calories, and yet when you go to the doctor says, oh, you have this symptom or that symptom, and what do? They just write you a prescription for Lipitor. They just write you a prescription for high blood pressure medication, but they never actually heal what is going on, or they never actually get to the bottom of what is going on. So I hope that this video helped you understand that it is your responsibility and yours only. Yet I am here as a trusted resource. I'm here as a coach, as a nutritionist, and if you have any questions and or are seeking out one-on-one coaching in nutrition and or functional movement, I encourage you to please get in contact with me. You'll find my direct email down in the description box below. If you enjoyed this video, will you do me a favor? Hit that like button, comment with the salute emoji down below, letting me know it resonated with you, or that you are, in fact, already taking control of your health, or that you are gonna start today. Save this video, share it with a family member or friend, because you never know who it might help. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel, turning on notifications, and that way you will not miss any future videos regarding health and wellness and or functional movement. As always, I thank you for your time and your attention, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.